Hi guys, welcome to Dee's Media World. Again, I'm sorry for the video quality. This should be hopefully my last video with this bad quality. But I had an interesting thought recently with all the things that have been happening with sort of these black entertainers or black celebrities like Raven Symone and so forth. And she, along with she's kind of my main topic, but why do you guys think there's so many black celebrities or just celebrities maybe, who are selling out so late in the game? And when I say late in the game, I mean Raven is literally a celebrity who most people grew up with. I think she's like 30 now, but she's been acting since maybe 3 or 4 years old when she was on the Cosby Show, and then she was on That's So Raven and the Cheetah Girls, and she was doing all this stuff, and people loved her for all these years, and we're always happy to see her. She has a legacy, right? She has a legacy, but why does she feel after all that success that she has to sell out now? Like when she's 30 years old and it has millions of dollars, and you would think would be like a chill person at this point. Why is it that she chose now to sort of sell out her own people? And while I don't have an answer for that, I was curious on why this was the case because I was like, it's interesting because all these ignorant things she's been saying in the last like year, like they combine things she could have said over a couple of years. Like we didn't know Raven was like this until maybe a year or 2 years ago, right? This woman who has has said really foolish things, but also very coon things, very coonery. There's lots of coonery in what she says. Just to be the facts, I mean, yesterday the big thing she said now on The View was like how she would never hire a person with a ghetto, in quotation, ghetto, sounding name, and how she said that she's not black, but or she doesn't identify as African American, and how she's said all this stuff. She said all this stuff on The View, and it's kind of like, well, we understand selling out, right? We understand when someone is trying to make it big and they throw away their values and morals or they're, in our case, most of the time when we talk about selling out, it refers to being black and sort of just throwing black people under the bus. Um, and that's what she's been doing. But we think of selling out as kind of just throwing your culture under the bus and saying, yeah, you know what? I'm not really down with you guys like that. I care about money more, they're making me so much money if I just say like a couple dumb things and I'll be set. And I guess with Raven, we understand that as a basic concept. We don't respect it, but we understand it. We understand people selling out. We understand money, how money works. Money equals power. Power equals sometimes celebrity, sometimes more money, usually more money, influence. Who knows? Like, who knows? Raven she has more money than most of us would see in our entire lives now. And she's 30 now. She has more money now than we might see up until we're 100 years old if we live that long. And they probably do things for her we wouldn't even think about doing or being able to do. But my question, going back to my question, is why does she feel the need to sell out now? Uh, what has happened in the last 2 years or so that she feels the need to be so opinionated now and to say foolish things that she knows will offend people? She knows, well, black people specifically, things that even non-black people look at her like, you sold yourself out. You sold yourself to the white person. You sold yourself out to The View. You sold yourself to someone. And why? Why now? Why after you made all that Disney money, all that Cosby Show money, that I don't know if the royalty stopped with the Bill Cosby thing, but why now? And while I don't have an answer, I find it fascinating at the same time, as much as, Raven has said things. At this point, to me, I think it's getting old, just how many stupid things she's been saying. But it brings up a question of how come why are you doing this, is the question. How are you benefiting from this? Is it greed? Because I don't know any other reasoning beyond greed and money. to be like this now. And we never known Raven to be like super quiet or something. I mean, she said maybe a thing or two, but we never known her. We never thought of her as a coon. We never thought of her like that at all. We barely knew much about her personal life. The most I ever heard about her before these past 2 years, people thought she used to have, years ago when I was in high school, they thought she had a child for some reason, and obviously she doesn't because she's a lesbian, but I didn't understand, that was like the only rumor I think I heard about her. But in the last 2 years, it's like she's attention whore. She's becoming an attention whore, and we don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe it's not we, but I don't get it. I don't know how she benefits from this uh, in the long run, because even I understand that The View is sort of a show that only, I guess, older women watch. It's not even a show I give much attention to, of course, but she does it to, get people to watch the show. I will say this, if she does anything for The View, they get viewers because she be saying things like, on the average day, would you know what The View is talking about? Would you know what they're talking about on the show or whatever? You only hear about The View when they say something ridiculous or someone says something that's embarrassing or controversial. But you never hear about it on a regular basis. I don't know anyone who uses it as their news source, right? There's so many different ways to get news. Um, and it's kind of asking a question of how much money does it take for someone to sell out? And especially when they're already rich. So that kind of says a lot about somebody who's already rich before, had more money than she could probably spend, especially on herself, and now is a complete sellout. So I guess I'm asking the question to you guys, what do you guys think? Why do you think Raven, because a lot of people are furious at her. I'm kind of over her completely at this point. There's no turning back for her at this point. I think a year ago it was no turning back for her, but at this point I'm through. But what do you think it took for her to act this way? Like, why now? What has changed about her that she feels the need to throw black people under the bus, right? Throw us under the bus, say things that even other non-black people are looking at her like, don't you have any self-worth, any self-love, any love for your people at all, or you just like being disrespectful? How do you benefit from this? And how much money does it take for someone to sell out? Um, yeah, how much money does it take for someone to sell out? I guess is my main question. So, see you guys later.